Scott Minig is in remission and he's loving having his energy back.
Don't fall down.
Just 1 year ago, at 33 years old, he found out he had testicular cancer.
That day kind of like stands still to me because everything changed really for me that day. It was just kind of a surreal experience that I couldn't believe was happening to me.
At the time, his daughter Ava was only 3 months old, and his wife Eva feared the worst, that she'd have to raise their baby alone.
It didn't hit me until the day of his surgery when the doctor came out and said, "We removed the tumor and it's positive, it's cancerous." And that's when I lost it and finally came to realization that this is real.
She put on a brave face and Scott started chemo.
I just didn't have enough energy to play with Ava. But she was great. I mean, just being able to sit on the couch and watch my wife and her play, I mean, that was obviously great motivation.
Another great motivation came from a cancer support group called Immerman Angels.
How's it going?
The group paired Scott with Joe Long, who had just battled testicular cancer himself. Joe visited Scott during his chemo treatments and provided invaluable support.
The last few weeks was really, really difficult. And I remember sending him a text. I was just like, God, this is awful. I really don't feel like this will ever end. It was kind of what I said. And he's like, oh, I know exactly how that feels. It's like my last week, I was like, man, this is never going to end. He's like, I remember feeling and thinking the exact same thing. He's like, and it'll end quickly, and you won't even believe it. So that definitely, that helped a lot.
Through all that, started to realize we had a lot in common. And it's kind of weird, you know, it's not a coincidence when you meet people. He snowboards, he wakeboards, he's kind of the adventurous type like me. And we're both around the same age, so we had a lot to relate to.
The two became fast friends and recently celebrated Scott's remission snowboarding with friends in Vail.
You get a lot from giving, you know, it's not just the receiving. I didn't have that opportunity to have the Iron Angel, but I did have my sister. So I knew what that was like, to be on the receiving side of that. And it was like beyond priceless. I mean, you can't, I'll get all emotional here, but my sister's amazing. And what she was able to do for me and the support she was for me was just very heartfelt. And to be able to give that back to somebody is, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like what life's all about, you know, the important things in life.
And it's those important things like friends and family that helped Scott beat his cancer.
I remember thinking on, kind of when everything ended and I started getting my energy back in October, I looked back and I was like, I can't believe that that just happened. And, you know, we still have our house and we're not bankrupt and we've had all this help and here we are. I'm actually okay right now.
Okay, with a great new friend, an amazingly supportive wife, and a beautiful baby who he'll watch grow for years to come.
A hug is a bundle with you inside.
Yay!